There's almost no limit to what people are willing to do to get one up on other people. Stealing, cheating, lying, or outright sabotage. Sometimes they get caught in the act, and it's so satisfying to see them go down with their behavior. They've gotten worse over the years, more underhanded and creative than ever before, meaning we all have to keep an eye out, especially when dealing with other people. These times, they were lucky. Without a camera rolling, who knows who would have been believed. Make sure you watch to the end to see what I mean. Violent attempt at an insurance scam. Sometimes driving down the street is an endeavor. This woman seems to come out of nowhere and lay on the ground. She does it so slowly that it's hard to miss, but the driver knows better and sees her get down there. He slowly begins to back away to get away, and she runs up after him, smashing her fist down on his car. He continues to back away, and slowly she stumbles back and loses her balance. The driver continues to back away from her, even as she makes a scene, repeatedly throwing herself on the ground. Even when people stop to watch, she throws herself on the floor and acts hurt. That is, until she realizes it's not working and finally runs away, probably to try and scam someone else. Delusional woman tries to take car. Have you ever tried dealing with someone so far removed from reality that it's insane? This woman walks up to the people in this Tesla and begins shouting at them that they've stolen her car.
It's my car.
They're plugged in and charging the electric vehicle, and she demands that they get out of the car. Except, it's their car and the demand is absurd, leaving everyone involved confused.
It's my car. Plug it in now! Plug it in!
They continue to deny her car, and she stomps off, clearly foiled in her attempt to scam the young couple. Whether this is genuine confusion or someone trying to absurdly confuse their victim and steal an expensive car, it's hard to say. Ultimately, she leaves, tossing her umbrella into the bushes and walking in the other direction. What do you think? Scammer suddenly shown on webcam. Nothing is worse than dealing with the consequences of your actions. This scammer learned that firsthand. The person they were scamming had access to their personal information, their webcam, and so much more.
As you can see, I know exactly who you are and what you do.
They started questioning him, asking him if he was a scammer, how long he's been doing his job, and more.
So, how long have you been doing this?
I'm sorry?
How long have you been doing this, the scamming?
The man on the video is frozen in fear and tries lying his way out, only to quickly realize he's barking up the wrong tree.
You don't have to lie to me. I have all the answers to my own questions. You don't have to lie to me, Hamid. I know all the answers to all my own questions, okay?
The man he was scamming isn't playing around. He has plenty of identifying information, including his home address and more.
How did this come up on my screen? Pictures of the scammer can be found in my documents.
CCTV catches car insurance scam attempt. Fake insurance scams are quick, and if you're fast enough, you can get away from them. This man wasn't so sneaky about his attempt. The would-be scammer walks up to a car directly. Who knows what's coming? The driver slowly swerves out of the way, but the scammer has some quick reactions. He throws his shoulder into the side of the car, acting like he's been sideswiped by the vehicle. The man acts like his hand has been hurt, but then opens the door with his injured hand. The driver gets out of the car to check on the man, but he knows what's happening, and he also knows the CCTV caught the whole interaction from the beginning. He points it out to the man, who quickly realizes he's been caught and slowly sneaks away. Dashcam catches scammer jumping on car. This is one of those blink and you'll miss it situations, at least unless you have a dashcam. The man in the car catches the moment as a pedestrian runs out and throws himself on the oncoming vehicle, hoping for a pretty big payout. However, the driver is too quick and reflexively stops his car just in time. That doesn't stop the scammer, though, as he shoulders his way onto the car's hood. Woman scams her way to first class. We've all wanted more legroom on a plane, but I'm not sure everyone would go this far. Two women are shown on the aircraft while one adjusts a massive fake pregnant stomach. The woman beside her quickly calls her out for it, but she tells her to mind her own business, that it doesn't concern her.
Why does this matter to you? This doesn't affect you literally at all.
The woman becomes increasingly irate as a steward comes to escort the pregnancy scammer to first class.
Like, she's not pregnant. She's not pregnant.
Your business. She is pregnant. I'm going to take her up to...
No one will seemingly listen to her, but as the man helps the woman to her feet, her seat neighbor reaches over. The two scuffle as the blonde woman yanks her shirt up.
Look.
Do not look. Do not. It's trying to take my clothes off on a flight.
The movement causes the belly to fall loose, exposing her scam. The steward allows the woman who caught the scammer to move to first class instead, leaving the scammer alone in her seat. Not sure this is a fail either way. She did get the whole row to herself, right? Scammer exposed on street. These reporters have found something pretty shocking. A seemingly invalid old woman scamming people for money has been caught lying about her disability.
We've been watching you the last few days, and you don't really need those crutches, do you?
It shows her walking with canes, hunched over at a 45-degree angle. It makes it impossible to see her face. She keeps her head down and her act goes on, despite the reporter tailing her and asking her why she's keeping it up. It looks convincing, but someone can only keep this act up for so long, you know?
The jig is up. Why don't you just walk normally like you did this morning?
Scammer jumps on car from crosswalk. Some of these scammers really are ruthless. The dash cam catches the moment as the scammer decides to stop in the middle of the crosswalk and shoot his shot. He jumps side first into the car, then acts like he's grievously injured.
What the f are you doing? Oh my god.
However, the driver is having none of that. He gets out of the car and points out at his dash cam, which caught the whole encounter. The scammer quickly turns tail and runs away. Knowing he's caught, he probably doesn't see many other options. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, he doesn't sprint and the driver seems very quickly to be able to catch up with him. Dashcam catches brake check scammer. This brake check scammer tries to cause an accident the moment he merges. The merge is close as the driver must stop heavily to make space for him. Then almost immediately the other driver starts hitting his brakes. He does it twice. The first time there's no contact and the driver can avoid a crash. However, the second time they collide and are quickly going to pull off to hash this out. Without a dash cam, this would be a very cut and dry fender bender because he could be seen driving carelessly or not paying attention. However, with the camera trained on the driver in front, the whole interaction was caught and the driver saved himself from a possible world of trouble. ATM scammer caught on camera. You should always be vigilant when you're at an ATM. It's just good practice in general, but especially if you're somewhere where your money might get snatched. This older man slowly walks up to an ATM as a second car pulls up behind him. The ATM scammer waits for the old man, standing very close as he does so, and watches. The man takes his time, but when he finally seemingly gets the money, the scammer is too quick. He grabs the cash and smoothly leaves the way he came. I'm not sure how often this actually works for people, but unfortunately in this situation, it seems to have. Hopefully someone showed this scammer what happens when you take advantage of unsuspecting people or tried to teach him a lesson. Scammer gets mad when scam fails. This scammer seems to get mad when his scam doesn't work. He gets up on top of a vehicle, acting like he's been hit by a car. He's demanding money from the driver, who luckily has a dash cam. It catches the whole interaction between the scammer trying to extort money and the woman who repeatedly tells him to get lost. At one point, he wraps his arm around the wiper of it to discourage him from getting away, or perhaps acts like he's more hurt than he is. Either way, there's a moment in this clip where it's clear he knows he's not getting away with it, and good. Woman rolls back, blames car behind her. Whether this was an insurance scam or something else, it's not clear. While at a light, a truck pulls up to an intersection, and at that exact moment, the car in front begins rolling backward. When they pulled up, the brakes were turned on, but only when the vehicle pulled up did the other automobile begin to roll back. Despite constant honking, the car in front ultimately rolls back and hits them. Though what happens next is wild. The woman starts to blame the truck behind her. Her hitting them? Not sure where the logic on that one is. Absolutely absurd because the whole interaction was caught on camera. The man had to pull out his dashcam footage and show what he saw before she'd stop blaming him for her car rolling back and stop blaming him for the dents he didn't make. Do you think she was scamming, or wasn't it all that bright? Scammer targets tourists on honeymoon. Scammers often target people who aren't familiar with the area, which catches them off guard and makes it easy to take advantage of them. The first scammer leads this couple down a road after getting them sufficiently invested in helping him before they're approached by two men claiming to be police who flag them down and begin questioning them on their new tourist friend.
Now here, no?
Police.
Good afternoon.
Can I see your passport, please? ID? Why you make a problem to the tourist?
Oh yes?
You have a problem with him?
Excuse me.
However, the man filming seems to catch on that something is amiss because he quickly asks for the police officer's IDs.
Passport.
Can I see your ID again? You don't have to be worried.
They don't offer them, leading to the couple soon disengaging and walking away. Tourist scams prey on those who don't know their surroundings, leaving them open to all sorts of attacks and malicious manipulation. These two were lucky, but many aren't.